Victorinox. Victorinox is known for the Swiss Army knife, and this item we produce and assemble in Switzerland for more than 100 years. Of course, the major assets for this item are quality, functionality, innovation and design. And it's the design aspect that even brought us to the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, where this item is exposed. And we have a very large fan club. And this fan club all over the world also gave us the idea to diversify. And today the diversification, beside the knife business, brought us to the fashion business, but also timepieces, travel gear and our fragrances. So we are very proud to present a whole portfolio of items that really make your life richer and that also gives you a lot of pleasure and innovation.
One characteristic of our fragrance is the feeling when wearing. We call it Swissness, the scent of Switzerland. It's like being in nature. The fresh, clean, crisp air we have in the mountains. It gives strength, reliability and the strong feeling of well-being. That's pureness. The best way we found to carry this Swiss freshness feeling to our global audience is through natural elements. The sun, the air, the forest, mountains and lakes.
Imagine you have some of the most beautiful and lush forests just in front of your door. Could there be something better to find inspiration for a green fragrance? I don't think so. So when I started to walk through our forest, I was enchanted by the soft touch of the ground, by the air which was fragranted by some sensual notes and also by the very nice sparkling golden light that came through the treetops. I could almost see fairies dancing somewhere in the back. This was exactly when I knew that I want to capture this feeling and this moment within our next female fragrance, which is the Victorinox Swiss Army Mystique Forest.
Fragrances. You have so many good and successful fragrance brands that of course when we transferred the knowledge from the knife business, we said we really want to have all these assets incorporated in our fragrance. Therefore we started with the Swiss ingredients. It starts with the flowers, but also with the trees, and then of course also with the whole environment. And the concept, everything produced and assembled in Switzerland. But there's also this most important aspect, innovation. And innovation in our case is this travel spray that we developed and that helps you to have 1 week of freedom. Because whenever you use it, you pump it with the standard bottle you have and then you can have like 45 spray applications, so a companion for the whole week or even for life. And there you also have no problem anymore with the security check. And beside, it was such a good item that the New York City-based Fragrance Foundation gave us the Oscar for the best innovation in the men's fragrance industry.
When we begin to work on the feminine version of Forest, we had to find a very specific thing because it was for women, and we have to be also linked with the male version. So obviously, because the name is Forest, we had to be in a forest, but in a different way from the one we took with the masculine version. Here we decided to be softer, to be lighter and more delicate because it's a feminine version. And how did we realize that in the fragrance? The woods are different, the freshness is different, the greenness is very, very different. So let's speak about this different part of the fragrance. Then the first thing perhaps is the situation. We decided that we will be in a clearing, not directly in a dark forest, not directly among all the barks and trees and so on. We decided that it could be a bit more delicate, more feminine, to find a kind of very light clearing inside the forest. A kind of magical cleaning with mystery at the same time. You know, when the light goes through the trees and through the leaves, and when the light just touches this magically this clearing.
ISAM is a Swiss contract manufacturer specialized in high-end cosmetics and in pharmaceuticals. We are a smaller company, really flexible, based in Möllin. This is at the German border, close to Basel. And we have as one of our most important customers the chance to work closely with Victorinox.
The main part of my work for Victorinox, what I'm doing with pleasure, is to identify new supplier, not really new supplier, but new technique with the supplier. We want to be innovative, okay? We want to take care of all what is new on the market as regards to packaging. Like this one, for instance, we have a wood part of the packaging, we have a wooden cap also, which is not very often that you have this type of quality, okay? And also now more or less the decor of the product, okay?
We're a company based in Winterthur, which is near Zurich. We're about 240 people in Switzerland and another 50 in Germany on our 3 locations, so this is in total around about 300 people. We're specialized in high quality packaging. So the best is if the client is involved in the very beginning, when the idea is developed in the marketing. This is the best way to develop a packaging.
We, the Steinfeld Swiss company, based in Switzerland in the city of Winterthur, close to Zurich. Our company stands for Swiss quality and sustainability within the whole value chain. We want to design products with the best benefit for your body and soul. We created the ideal base that confirms our top-level high-quality requirements. Every single raw material is carefully chosen and must be safe and without risk. The formulas must pass our stability testings, microbiological challenge tests, and are dermatological tested. While we develop the product, we check every single manufacturing step to find the best way to produce it.
We also combine these fig leaves with the scent of the leaves of a tomato bush, in fact. And the tomato bush is very nice too, because it has something a little bit acidic, something which is also close to a minty aspect. It's very, very interesting. So to combine fig and tomatoes was very nice to create our greenness. And then let's come to the woods. We decided not to use the very, very famous and usual woods like sandalwood, like cedarwood, like what else? Like normal and very usual woods, and we were looking for something different. And the first thing we took was the vetiver roots, because we wanted in this clearing to create a kind of mystery. Because it's, as I explained, it's a mix between light and shadow, and the shadow here is symbolized by these vetiver roots, because the vetiver roots has something specific which is smoky, a little bit dark. So in the base of the fragrance it gives something very, very specific. And then we also use a very interesting wood, which is the oak. Everyone knows the oak tree. But in fact, it was never used in a fragrance. And then we were very lucky because our supplier was creating a new distillation of oak that we used here. I would like to stress on a new ingredient we use, which is for me very, very important in our fragrance, is the carrot seeds. And when we use the carrot, it's not the leaves, it's not the vegetable, it's really the seeds. And when we distillate the seeds, it has a very specific scent, which is not far from the orris roots scent. So at the same time, powdery, a hint woody, it's absolutely not flowery, even the orris is not flowery. It's powdery, soft, and it gives a very, very elegant kind of cosmetic aspect to the fragrance. And I think it's a kind of signature of our Mystique Forest.